I never imagined that watching my only son tie the knot would end with his fiancée screaming at me to leave the venue. I'd paid for. "You don't belong here," Sophia spat, her perfectly polished nail jabbing toward me. "You've caused enough trouble. Get out." The chatter and music fell silent. Every guest's gaze locked onto me. I stood frozen, gripping my clutch, the one holding the $50,000 check that funded this entire wedding. My son, my little boy, Daniel, just stared at the ground, mute, not even meeting my eyes. I swallowed hard, fighting the tears. Don't break down. Don't let her win. As I walked past rows of guests averting their eyes, something inside me shattered. I'd paid for the gown, the flowers, the venue, everything, and they discarded me like trash. In my car, alone in the dim parking lot, Sophia's venomous words echoed in my mind. "You don't belong here." The worst part wasn't her. It was Daniel, my son, who stood there like a stranger, too spineless to defend me. My phone lit up in the cup holder, buzzing with texts. "Why'd you leave? You okay?" "Don't make a scene, Maureen." Not one asked what they'd done to me. Not one took my side. A sob caught in my throat, but I choked it back. I wouldn't cry for them. Not tonight. Instead, I let the anger solidify, cold and unyielding like iron. They thought I was weak because I stayed silent. They thought they could humiliate me and still enjoy the dream wedding I'd funded. No more. With trembling hands, I opened the email from the wedding coordinator. My finger hovered over her number. Then I dialed. She answered after 2 rings, her voice bright and professional. "Maureen, hi. Just finalizing tomorrow's details." "Cancel it all," I said, my voice flat. A long pause. "I'm sorry?" "Cancel everything. The venue, the vendors, the payments. I'm done." "Maureen, the contracts are in your name, but are you sure?" "This is so last minute. If I'm not welcome, neither is my money." By the time I reached my driveway, my hands were steady. The anger had sharpened into resolve. They wanted me gone? Fine. But they'd learn the hard way that their fairy tale rested on my shoulders. At my kitchen table, I flipped through the wedding binder. I'd meticulously organized for Daniel and Sophia. Every tab was a testament to my sacrifice. Venue, catering, flowers, photographer, band. They'd contributed nothing but demands and arrogance. Every invoice, every contract, every signature, mine. I started dialing. First, the venue. "This is Maureen Sullivan. I'm canceling the Sullivan-Carter wedding, effective immediately." A stunned pause. "Ma'am, there's a cancellation fee." "No need. I paid the deposit, and I'm within my rights." Silence, then a hesitant, "Understood. We'll process it." Click, then the florist, the caterer, the photographer. Each call straightened my spine a little more. With every vendor, the truth became clearer. Daniel and Sophia didn't just want my help, they expected it. This wedding wasn't theirs. It was mine, built and paid for by me. And if I wasn't welcome, neither was my money. After canceling the band, I allowed myself a tight, bitter smile. Tomorrow, they'd wake expecting their perfect day. But there'd be no flowers, no food, no music, just the ruins of their own entitlement. The house was quiet except for the faint hum of my laptop as I reviewed the contracts. Every PDF, venue, catering, band bore my name, my address, my signature. They loved my money more than me, I thought, my chest tightening. Weeks ago, Sophia had promised, "We'll pay you back half, I swear, once Daniel gets his raise." That vow felt hollow now. I scanned the florist's contract. Cancellation forfeits the deposit. But I was the client, not them. A surge of vindication hit me. They couldn't reinstate a thing without me. A car door slammed outside, snapping me from my thoughts. Through the blinds, I saw Daniel's car. My heart thudded as he marched to my door, his steps quick and sharp. A loud knock echoed. "Mom, open the door. We need to talk." I didn't move. Another knock, harder. "Mom, I know you're home." I stayed still, hands clasped in my lap. Let him wait. He didn't get to demand me anymore. His voice grew sharp. "You can't do this. It's our wedding." My lips twitched into a faint smile. No, Daniel, I whispered to myself. It was never yours. The knocking stopped. I peeked out. His car was gone. My phone buzzed relentlessly. Daniel, 6:10 p.m. Why aren't you answering? Daniel, 6:11 p.m. What's wrong with you? Daniel, 6:12 p.m. You're ruining our lives. That last one made me laugh, a sharp, bitter sound. Against my better judgment, I answered his next call. Mom, what are you doing? His voice trembled with fury. You can't cancel our wedding. People are expecting. You stood there. I cut in, my voice icy. You let her humiliate me in front of everyone. You didn't say a word. A pause. I didn't want to make it worse. Worse for who? Not for me. Mom, Sophia was stressed. She didn't mean it. Stressed? I snapped. I paid for everything, Daniel. And you let her treat me like garbage. It's our wedding, he shouted. No, I said evenly. It was my gift, and now it's gone. Another beep. A text from Sophia. You jealous hag. You've always hated me. Another. You're ruining Daniel's life. A third. Stay away from us. You're poison. My lips pressed tight. Did you see her texts? I asked Daniel. She's upset, he mumbled. She's showing who she is, I said. Goodbye, Daniel. I hung up. The phone kept buzzing, Sophia's name flashing. I flipped it face down. Tomorrow their dream would collapse, and I wouldn't lift a finger to save it. The pounding on my door came before 8 a.m. Mom, open up. Daniel's voice was raw. I sipped my cold coffee, unmoving. Another knock. Don't make me stand out here. I cracked the door. His face was red, hair disheveled. He stormed inside. You've ruined everything, he shouted. The venue's gone. The vendors won't answer. Do you even care? Yes, I said coolly. I care that I stopped funding my own disgrace. His eyes widened. Disgrace? Sophia was upset. She didn't mean it. She meant every word, I snapped. And you let her. You didn't even look at me. His voice dropped. You've always been controlling. No wonder Dad left. The words stung like a blade. My breath hitched, but I didn't crumble. Controlling? I whispered, fury rising. I sacrificed everything for you. Money, time, my own dreams. He flinched, but didn't back down. You're choosing her over me, I said softly. So let her pay for your wedding. I opened the door. Go. He hesitated, then stormed out, slamming it so hard the walls shook. I sank onto the couch, hands shaking. Daniel wasn't my little boy anymore. He was a stranger. By noon, the calls started. My brother, Tom. Maureen, Daniel's a wreck. Fix this. I stared at the phone. Fix what? They broke it when they threw me out. An awkward pause. Sophia might have felt intimidated by you. Intimidated? I laughed bitterly. I paid for her dream wedding. Don't let pride ruin family, he said. I hung up. Then my ex-husband Paul called. Daniel's devastated, he said. This cancellation's too far. Where were you when Sophia screamed at me? I shot back. Don't drag up old fights, he said. Let them have their day. Be the bigger person, right? I said. That means keep paying and stay quiet. Maureen, don't be dramatic. Goodbye, Paul. I hung up. My reflection in the window looked pale, tired. I wasn't family to them, just a bank account. The realization didn't break me. It hardened me. They thought my love made me weak. They'd learn it had limits. I barely slept, the grief ebbing and flowing, not just for Daniel and Sophia, but for years of giving until I had nothing left. My phone buzzed again. A cousin. Don't tear the family apart over a misunderstanding. I silenced it. I remembered my own wedding day, 25 years old, in a dress I'd saved for months to buy. My mother-in-law whispered, "Good wives stay quiet. Don't stir up trouble." I'd nodded, smiled, and buried every instinct to fight back. Now, decades later, I saw it. Silence isn't strength. I wasn't that woman anymore. A calm settled over me, heavy but clear. I rose, poured out my cold coffee, and wiped my face. Enough tears. If Daniel and Sophia thought they could shame me and keep their fairy tale, they were mistaken. I made an appointment with my lawyer, Elizabeth Tran. in her bright office. I poured out everything: Sophia's outburst, Daniel's silence, the wedding I'd funded, the cancellations. Elizabeth listened, her face calm. When I finished, she leaned back. "You've done nothing wrong, Maureen. The contracts are yours. The money's yours. If they want a wedding, they'll pay for it." Relief flickered through me. What if they sue? She smiled faintly. For what? They have no case. If they try, I'll handle it. A knock interrupted us. Her assistant, Daniel Sullivan's on the phone. Says it's urgent. I shook my head. Not now. Smart, Elizabeth said. Let him wait. You've carried him long enough. For the first time I felt power, not loud but steady. I signed her papers without hesitation. Let them rage. I wasn't their ATM anymore. By afternoon, my phone was flooded with notifications: Facebook, Instagram, texts from distant acquaintances. My stomach dropped. I opened Instagram. Sophia's tear-streaked face stared back. Her caption screaming, "My future mill destroyed our wedding out of spite." My heart's broken. I played the video. She canceled everything, Sophia sobbed. The venue, the flowers, everything. After all we've done for her, she's ruining our day. Comments poured in. What kind of mom does this? She's toxic. Stay strong, Sophia. Fury burned in my chest. After all we've done for her, I'd paid for her entire fantasy. Another post, Sophia and Daniel hugging, captioned, "We won't let hate win. Family lifts you up, not tears you down." I started a folder, screenshotting every lie for Elizabeth. If Sophia wanted a fight, I'd give her one, but on my terms. The vendors confirmed the cancellations. The florist emailed, "We're unable to service the Sullivan-Carter. Wedding due to cancellation." The photographer posted about a sudden opening. The band left a voicemail, "Event canceled per your request." By Friday, their wedding was dust. Then Sophia called, her voice sugary but strained. "Maureen, can we talk?" "I'm listening," I said coldly. I shouldn't have said what I did at the rehearsal. I was stressed. Weddings, you know. Let's not ruin everything over one mistake. We can't afford to lose the deposits. I almost laughed. "You told me to leave," I said. In front of everyone. I was overwhelmed. "Be reasonable for Daniel." "I'm not ruining anything," I said. "I'm protecting myself." Her tone turned venomous. "You're a bitter old cow." "You've always hated me." "Then Daniel can marry someone else." I hung up. My phone rang again. Daniel. I let it go to voicemail. Then I saw an email. Final payment confirmation. Bali honeymoon package. My blood ran cold. A $28,000 charge on my credit card for a luxury villa, booked 3 weeks ago while I was meeting Sophia to finalize catering. Another email. Purchase confirmation. Chanel bridal accessories. My hands shook. They hadn't just taken my generosity, they'd planned it. The wedding was a scam, a calculated grab for my money. I checked my bank. $10,000 at a bridal shop. $7,500 for a private chef. $4,000 for spa treatments. None of it mine. They never planned to repay me. They called me selfish while stealing from me. I closed my laptop, my resolve steel. No more calls, no more chances. They'd shown their true colors. Now I'd show mine. That night, Daniel's voicemail came. "Mom, you've never been there for me. Always too busy, too cold. Sophia was right, you're jealous. That's why you're doing this. No wonder Dad left. That's why you're doing this. No wonder Dad left. You're alone because that's who you are." The words cut deep, but I didn't cry. I felt hollow, like a tether had snapped. I deleted the message. The last thread tying me to my son was gone. Being alone was better than being used. I turned off the light. In Elizabeth's office the next morning, I showed her the voicemail transcript and Sophia's posts. Her eyes narrowed. "This is harassment and defamation. We're shutting it down." She slid a cease and desist draft across the desk. "We'll send it to Sophia, her parents, and Daniel. They need to know there are consequences." I nodded, my hand steady. She tapped a folder. "Did you know Daniel's been dipping into the college account you set up?" My stomach twisted. I thought he stopped years ago. He didn't. He took $8,000 last month. I stared at the transactions. Freeze it, I said. Done, Elizabeth replied, already on the phone. As she dictated the letter, I felt steady, grounded. They'd taken my money, my dignity, my role as a mother. They wouldn't take more. By week's end, their fairy tale was in tatters. Sophia posted a vague Instagram photo, clutching Daniel's hand. Please respect our privacy during this tough time. Comments were mixed. What happened? Sending love? But then a guest commented, didn't Maureen pay for everything? This seems off. Another, my friend works at the venue. Maureen funded it all. The truth spread. Screenshots of the Bali charges leaked. Comments tore them apart. They used her for a wedding and a vacation, then trashed her, entitled brats. Even Daniel's old friends chimed in, not shocked. He always let people walk all over him. I stayed silent, saving every screenshot for Elizabeth. Tom called. Maureen, I didn't know the full story. I'm sorry. You believed Sophia, I said. I know, he sighed. But people see the truth now. I didn't need his pity. I had clarity. The wedding day arrived, a sunny June Saturday. I woke in a hotel suite, the ocean glittering outside. At noon, I lounged by the spa's pool, a glass of Prosecco in hand. A text pinged, can't wait for the wedding at 2. Someone didn't know. I sipped my drink, picturing the venue, now hosting another couple's joy. It didn't bring glee, just peace. I posted a photo, the ocean, my glass sparkling, captioned, best choice I ever made. No names, but they'd know. By Monday, the gossip exploded. Emma's posts were mocked, her account silent. Daniel's profile vanished. Friends ditched them. Their wedding was a cautionary tale. I sat on my balcony watching the sunset, a new caption, freedom suits me. I didn't check the likes. This was for me. Daniel texted, can we talk? We messed up. I declined the call and turned off my phone. I'd spent years in their storms. Now I chose peace. They thought they could shame me and keep my money. They were wrong. I wasn't their bank. I was their reckoning. Hit a subscribe button and tell where you're watching from.